Good morning and welcome to DCT Digital Detox 28 Days Challenge Program. This is designed for anyone and everyone who would like to take back their time from screens, devices, and gadgets. So, for the last few days, we have been doing SWOT analysis, which is auditing, right? So, the first 9 days we did observe and allow. Now we're actively auditing our moment by moment, daily, hourly interaction with technology. So this is not just observation. This is really taking inventory, really taking control. This is the first part of taking control, and we're going to do this over the following 9 days. So today, we're talking about opportunities. Remember in the SWOT, so we had shifts, strengths, we had weaknesses, flip to willpower. And today we're going to be talking about powered opportunities. So what opportunities can you leverage, can you buy, can you get in your trade-off with less screen time? That's essentially the question we're asking. So I'm going to call this OPO, right? OPO, powered opportunity, not just up here in the rational mind, but really being embodied in our choices and our thinking around this. Because what we want to do is we want to move from being passive. So our society pretty much engineers us from birth to be passive consumers. All right. Where we go to work, we earn enough money, and then we're encouraged to spend, to consume, and to consume our time primarily, right? Consume our time. So the system consumes our time, and it leaves us, a lot of us, feeling very passive, apathetic, and helpless. So when we lean in, when we take control back, which is what we're doing with this program, this is not just a nice thing to put on in the background. This is actually something to change your life. And it's why it's going to go first in all of the playlists. If we can kick this habit, there's so many other programs that will get kicked to the curb, and you're just going to come in line way more. Okay. So day 13's focus is that we're going to identify powered opportunities, mindful opportunities for growth, creativity, and general well-being. So here's the science drop of the day. Quote, passive screen use, especially before bed, guilty as charged, is consistently associated with sleep disruption, which in turn impairs cognitive performance the next day. So that's from the JAMA Network Open study in 2024. All right, confession time. I did a bit of doom scrolling last night. One thing led to another. I was watching a very educational documentary, and this is obviously my gateway, right? My highbrow documentary. After reading a book, I have to say, as part of my new habit, tick, well done. Then I watched an educational documentary. Who was I fooling? And then after that, all bets were off. So here's the new rule for me, not telling it to you, for me. There's no device, no screen time in the bedroom. There just isn't. There just isn't. Until I develop willpower, I'm taking it off the shelf. This is how extreme it is. I'm just being really honest with you. These aren't in my notes. I'm just telling you what's going on. And by the way, I would appreciate hearing from you guys what's going on. I really would love to see more activity in the comments, not because of the algorithm, although that helps. Thank you. But because this is a two-way conversation, I feel like I'm in an echo chamber. Now, some of you have been commenting, and I really thank you for that. But please, if you're doing this, drop some comments, right? You can argue with me, you can push back, you can share your own tips, what's helped you. It doesn't matter. Let's just start engaging with each other. All right, self-help tip. So I like to drop one of these into. This is from Greg McKeown. Quote, if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. And that someone else is big tech, Silicon Valley, all the application companies that are billion-dollar industries. They are going to prioritize your time, sucking you in to their artificial matrix. And that is your lifetime. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. You only have a finite amount. We all do. So it's pretty serious, right? It's pretty sobering, actually. So I'm going to introduce, I thought I would bare my soul a little bit and tell you more about me, what I'm doing. I always used to be under the presumption that I didn't have enough time. And don't get me wrong, I do work incredibly hard. I've got a lot of different things cooking. So I'm a writer, I'm an author. I've written thrillers, I've written nonfiction. If you look me up online, Jacqueline S. Burke, you're going to see that I've written a few books. So I continue to write. It's one of my dearest pleasures. And I'll often start early in the day writing. I'll claim that first hour or two to write, or I'll write in the evenings. I'm also launching a business. I'm time stamping this. I'm launching a business. And as you know, there's so much work involved with that, right? And I do community work, do work like this, and do research. So I used to think, well, there's not enough time. And then at the end of the day, when I wanted to just chill out and relax, I would fall into the abyss that was my doom scrolling, right? Just being honest with you guys, confession time. So I thought, right, okay, I do have enough time, actually. When I cut out sleep, when sleep is not involved, I actually have a fair amount of time. I just need to organize my time better. So I took a couple of steps. And these are this is not me virtue signaling. And I'm not being prescriptive or directive here. I am simply saying what I did to help me. So I decided that I was going to have a night a week where I play board games, or I do a jigsaw puzzle, or I do a hobby, right? That knocks out one day, one evening a week. And it's actually surprising. I thought that I would be mentally exhausted. I'm like, oh God, I've got to play like Rummy Cup now. It's turned out it's turned out to be addictive in a good way. Like, it's really fun, actually. Analog is, you forget how good analog is. It's just really fun. So doing a jigsaw puzzle, right? The challenge of a jigsaw puzzle, playing a board game with your loved ones, um, taking up a hobby, like whatever that is for you, um, it reading a book, right? Having a book night where you go to bed early and you just tuck up with a book and have a list of books that you want to get through, things like that. And yes, we're going to include, even though it is still digital, we're going to say it's electronic audio books, right? Audio books, it's the lesser of the two evils. So if you're going to have to choose between doom scrolling, watching YouTube videos, or actually using an audiobook player, light a candle, go to bed, relax, and just let your mind wander. That is a good way to unwind, and it's also stimulating. Now, the other thing I did was I joined an acting troupe. I'm not an actor. I haven't professionally acted. I'm terrified of public performance, and I joined a local troupe here, put on plays, and some of it gets donated to charity. And I thought, I'm gonna join it. And at the moment, the rehearsals are 2 nights a week. So for 3 hours, 2 nights a week, I'm out. And again, I thought I would be absolutely, burnt out and exhausted. And it's really fun. It's really fun meeting new people, having something to work towards. And it's all analog. It's all real world. I mean, it's a screen. It's a stage play. So that's what I've done. I've got a friend in my life, very dear friend in my life, who volunteers at an animal shelter one night a week and gets an enormous amount um, of, I guess, healthy payload, like pleasure from volunteering and giving back. And I think all of this is food for the soul, right? These are things to think about. We can really use our imagination. We can take risks. I mean, this is what I mean by on-powered opportunities. I don't think we should play it really too safe. I think we should just jump in with 2 feet and say, I've been passive for so long. I really want to jump in with, like I said, no parachute, just get on with it. So that's basically that's a little background from me. The other thing as well, I've got here, cooking, sharing meals with other people, cooking for other people, giving in that way, listening to music, sitting down. When was the last time you sat down and listened to an album or listened to some classical music and just sat in a chair and just thought, just let your mind wander? And taking walks, just exploring your neighborhood. When was the last time you saw the sun come up? When was the last time you saw the stars come out? Um, there's so many opportunities in the actual real world for us to explore. And the more that you do that, the less you want to be online, put it that way. So, okay, here's the homework, right? What we're talking about here is we're talking about sensory motor systems, right? Analog activities rewire different neural circuits. What we're developing here is more spatial awareness, embodied cognition or cognition. We're becoming more embodied and environmentally based, and this is sensory grounding. So we were created, we were hardwired to live and act and flow in the real world. Everything else is artificial. Honestly, it really is. So getting back into a different rhythm is going to be beneficial. So here are your journal prompts for today, day 13. List 3 benefits or activities that you could gain by knocking out device time one night a week. So give it some thought. Can you knock out 1 week night doing something other than being on your screen time? Now, I appreciate some of you are actually online doing your courses. That's totally different. You're learning, you're being educated, you're working towards a qualification, career enhancement. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about doom scrolling. I'm talking about all the other stuff, right? And sit with this reflection. So what do I buy back? What do I buy back by taxing my screen time, by taking away from my screen time in order to support my spiritual and my physical well-being? That is powered opportunity, OPO. Okay? And put your comments, put it in the comments. Come up with some great ideas. Maybe there's a billion ideas I hadn't even thought of that I could try. Come up with some ideas. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me how it's going. Okay? All right, let's go into technique. Checking actually that it's still running. Yes, it's still running. Great. Right. Deep coherence technique isn't just something we tag on the end to chill out, although it does chill us out. It is a deeply metaphysical practice that came direct to me, 100% clear, step by step by step from the quantum field. And ever since I have been doing it, my life has changed. When I don't do it, I see myself slowing down, slipping up, getting incoherent. So to me now, it is as normal as brushing my teeth and taking a shower. It's just what I do. And I can't emphasize this enough. Make this your own. You don't have to copy me exactly, but the 5 steps should follow the order they're laid out, because this is divine information and it is designed to integrate your biotechnology. So today, I do like to vary up though with visualization. So today what we're going to do is we are going to go to the Earth's core. We're going to ground, but we're going to go through the elemental kingdom. All right. So first of all, let's just shake all these chitter chatter thoughts out of our head. I want you to see your thoughts scattering around your head like a room full of butterflies. All right. Let's catch all these butterflies. I want you to see yourself holding a huge golden thread net. And gently wave that around in your head. And these aren't going to hurt the butterflies. We're going to set them free. What I want you to do is I want you to gather up every single nonsensical bibble babble, chitter chatter, frenetic, all over the map thought. Gather it up very gently. Now notice that the thoughts, the butterflies inside that golden net, have closed their wings and they're resting. They're resting. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop that net down, 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 down. And as that net drops down, it gathers up anything in your body that should not be there. Old habits, vibrations, thoughts. Gather them up. We're not going to hurt them. Down. Down. We do not miss any part of our body. Down. Down. All the way down until that golden net is by our feet. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn the net, which is quite full actually now, we're going to turn it upside down. And as we do so, everything that was caught up, that was gathered, is now going to drop down through the feet. And as it drops down through the ground beneath your feet, you see everything just fly away. Free. Free. Fly away. Watch them fly away. They're in the elemental kingdom. We've gone down to the second dimension. Feel that. Feel that shift. So the ground beneath your feet is a gateway from the third dimension into the second dimension. Now we can visualize this as a huge enchanting tree, the kind of tree that you see in fantasy children's films with fairies and goblins. Fantasy. See that tree? It's beautiful. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through the opening at the base of the tree that looks like a little hobbit door. I want you to go through that and down. And when you enter and go down, you're falling down into what feels like a burrow or a tunnel. It smells of the earth. It's warm. It smells of minerals. The soil is glistening. This is the elemental kingdom. This is where the sprites and the fairies and the divas and all those creatures live. They are real and they are there. So we pass down through the second dimension. down through a winding labyrinth, down, down, deeper and deeper. But as we go down and as we go deeper, it doesn't get cold or damp. It doesn't get dark. This pathway is illuminated because it's the inner earth. It is illuminated, it is warm, it is vibrant, it is friendly. So take that pathway down, down, all the way down until you meet the first dimensional kingdom, which is the kingdom of minerals. So this is where all the diamonds, all the sparkling, all the shiny things are. It's magnificent. It's so bright. It's like an emerald archway with rubies and diamonds and crystals. Huge cavernous crystal areas. So walk through that space. You're welcome here. You're welcome here. Walk through it. And notice the shift as you walk through. This feels familiar because you are tethered to this place. This place, this is where the earth's core is. It's the inner kingdom. So go into that inner kingdom. Enter into it. Come home. And as you do so, you are immediately ushered into a beautiful atrium, like a palace. And in that palace, there is a lagoon. It's illuminated and the waters are warm. Jump in, swim, float, and let go. Let go. Now we're going to stay here. We're going to ground to the earth here. So beneath this beautiful lagoon is the black nourishing void of the Great Mother, of Earth, of Gaia. These are her womb waters. And when you're here, nothing can hurt you. So let that feeling soak into every part of your body, every cell, every fiber, every fascia, every network. Feel it seeping in. And as it does so, you fall into a deep, peaceful hush and silence. Step number 1 is complete. You are connected and grounded to the earth. Step number 2. Within the earth's core is her inner light. It is cosmic light. It's her inner light. It is brilliant and bright. And we can breathe that in as we float in these waters. Breathe that light in because there are light codes in this air, this ether. Take 5 deep breaths. We're going into step number 2. We're going to activate the light body using breath work in the inner chamber of the earth. So pull in from the light and exhale out and release what is no longer beneficial for you. 5 times. And with every breath in, feel your luminosity, your energy body vibrating like breath, light. Step number 2 is complete. Light body has been activated. Step number 3, we're going to use this beautiful primal space, this lagoon, this inner chamber, to prime our electromagnetic field. So all of the colors that you see in this chamber, you're going to generate in your own field just by moving your hands around. So see that, see the ability that you have to change the colors in your electromagnetic field. You get to choose the colors. Connect with your electromagnetic field. Eventually you get so sensitive. With practice, all you have to do, in fact, is just use your palms to scan. Very good. Very good indeed. You are really matching your environments. And you're being playful. That's good. Because this is your technology. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Step number 3 is complete. Step number 4, we're going to power. We're going to go into the heart. Just as we are in the heart of Mother Earth, we are going to open our heart to her. And as we do so, we're going to release the empowered I am that I am. This is the divine in residence. This is the resurrected sun, the glorious sun, and the rising sun. So let's put our hands together. This is a sacred act. We take this seriously. Press in. Touch your heart. Now visualize yourself floating in that lagoon, on your back. And as you do this with your hands, you notice a brilliant golden light bursting out of your heart center. And that light fills not just your electromagnetic field, but it fills this chamber with your light. We call this unfolding. You are so much more than you can possibly imagine, so much greater. Physically, bigger too. So expand that light out, that golden, holy Shekinah light into your primed electromagnetic field. You may be feeling, as I am right now, tingling on your hands, tingling on your arms. That's just electromagnetic energy. This is why we ground. This is why we always ground to the earth. So let that golden energy, that Shekinah light, run in all directions to fill this chamber up, to become one with it, to imbue the waters. Very good. Step number 4 is complete. Empowered I am. And now from this very sacred place, we are going to open up to the greater vortex, cosmic center, through a group called the Power of 9. So we're going to open up through the heart, through the enlightened mind, the crown chakra. And it's safe to do this now because we've grounded and we've got our electromagnetic field up. But we're also doing this from the center of the earth. We're grounded in there. So open up to the cosmic center. You may feel a ting, may feel a whoosh of energy here. That's normal, that's natural. You're letting cosmic energy come in. It's quite powerful. So you're going to run it through your third eye, and it's going to come down into the heart, because only that can extract and expand it into a wave form that we call deep coherence technique. Now I see this as a ripple on a still lake. I see it rippling out one single ring on a perfectly still lake. You could imagine it rippling out in this lagoon that we're in. Now, when it reaches the edge of your electromagnetic field, watch it go a little further out in the lagoon. But when it goes towards the edges, when it laps at the edges of this lagoon, I want you to come back to where you are now physically in this reality. Okay? So let it run. And now come back in. Come back in. Wiggle your toes. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Take a few deep breaths. I'm going to recommend that you stay in this stillness once I've logged off. Just sit in it. And let this wave of coherence permeate every single thing in your day today. Every celebration, every event, every encounter. Let this wave of coherence bless your day. And we always give thanks. Thank you. And so it is. Notice what you notice today. Notice what you notice. People, places, things. And I will see you again tomorrow.